Do you wish you had one versatile piece of equipment that would solve multiple dog training problems? I got the answers for you. Don't go away. Hi, I'm Denise Mazzola, and you are watching Everything Dogs YouTube channel, where we talk about dog aggression as well as 10-minute training tips to help you enjoy your dog and life with your dog more. So today we're going to talk about one piece of equipment that has lots of use inside the house, not just outside the house. And it is nothing but the leash. Very versatile piece of equipment. Now we're very programmed to just put our leash on the dog and go for a walk or take them out for a potty break and bring them back in and we take the leash off. But there's lots of ways that the leash can help you inside the house. So house training is one of those areas. If you have a puppy that you're house training, or if you have a new dog to you, if you attach them to put the leash on and you hold the leash or put the, sit on the leash, tie it to a piece of furniture, what you're going to be doing is limiting the dog's space. And when you limit their space, you're tapping into their natural hard wiring where they don't want to eliminate where they have to eat or sleep. So it's not necessary that you crate them all the time. The leash will mimic the crate without actually having to crate them. Then your job becomes one of observing them. So when they get antsy, when they're whining, barking, or jumping on you while they're attached to the leash, they're saying, hey, I need to go to the bathroom, and then you can take them out, and they're already attached to a leash, okay? So house training is great. When we have a board and trained dog with us that is here for house training purposes, they are leashed all the time in the house. We don't start taking them off leash until towards the end of that board and train time, when we're making sure that they're going to consistently ask to go out, and then we will often take it off, or we have them just drag it around so that we can quick catch them if we've misjudged their training abilities at that time. So the other one is come when called. If your dog does not have a good come when called and they're running away, and if you've watched any of our YouTube videos I've put out, you know that you must stop the naughty behavior first. And what better way to do that than a leash? Now, not necessarily a 6-foot leash. You might want a 10-foot, 20-foot, 30-foot, depending on what you're doing. If you're going out for a hike, we often hike with our dog, Big Mama Jubilee, on a 20-foot leash so that she can sniff and poke around and be out in front of us, but she can't be loose. And it also gives us the opportunity to call her back to us, and we get to practice that under the safety of the 20-foot leash so we know she's not going to run away. You can also use that 20 or 30-foot leash around your house, outdoors, if you're washing the car, if you're working outside, or whatever it is you're doing outside, playing with the kids. Let the dog drag around a 20 or 30-foot leash. It gives you the opportunity to call them back to you. If they don't come back to you, you only need to be 20 or 30 feet from them before you pick up the end of the leash and you've got the dog. You can also tie them to something outside so that they're not going to run away. You don't have to be focused on them all the time, but you can also still continue to call them back and practice that. Remember, you should practice. I don't know, practice 25 times, 25 come and called when you're giving your dog 25 pieces of meatball for every correct response before you ever really need to call them to you. Okay, so you want to rehearse the behaviors that you want while you're stopping the rehearsal of the behaviors you don't want, such as running away. Because when your dog runs away, they might be getting into the neighbor's compost pile, they might be chasing the deer, they might just be out playing with the neighbor's dog, doing all sorts of fun things. And no reinforcements from you are necessary in those instances, right? Okay, so then lastly, jumping on people. I get this question all the time. Denise, how do I stop my dog from jumping on people? There's lots of different answers to that question, but today I'm going to give you just one, and that is attach the leash to them. So you can attach the leash to their collar, drop it down, step on it under your foot, and then you're going to hold on to the end, right? So by stepping on the leash and keeping it short, right? So if Gio's sitting on this chair, I wouldn't give him much more than from his neck to the chair so that he can sit, stand, or lay down, but that's it. He's not going to drag me to the guests. If he starts to jump, he's just going to keep hitting his collar and not be dragging me over to them, okay? So a simple thing like keeping your dog on their leash and you stepping on it and standing on it when your guests arrive, communicates to your guests, one, that you're doing something with your dog, so please don't approach or pat them. But most importantly, it prevents your dog from jumping all over them. They can come in and get settled. Once your dog calms down, then you can certainly let them off their leash if it's an appropriate time to do so, but don't be in too big of a hurry. So none of these solutions are forever. You do not need to keep your dog leashed in your house forever, but you should keep your dog leashed and attached to you if you're house training. You should keep your dog leashed on a long line when you're outside exercising with the dog, hiking with the dog, or doing something around your yard outside on your preference, 20, 30, 40 feet of leash, but so that you stop the rehearsal of running away. And also when you're hiking. It gives you the opportunity to call them back. And you don't always have to have your dog leashed when people come over. But while you're teaching them how to behave properly, you need to stop the rehearsing of jumping on people. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this 10-minute tip and the benefits of using a simple piece of equipment like a leash inside your house to prevent some naughty behavior from happening. So I'd love it if you would subscribe below, hit the big red button. You can also hit the bell so you get a notification via email every time we upload, which is about once a week. If you'd give us a thumbs up, if you like this video, if you like any of our other videos, a thumbs up really helps us in the algorithm of YouTube. And tell us in the comments below, just drop a quick comment. Where can you or have you now started to use a leash to help with the training and or management of your dog? I'd love to know what that is. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I look forward to seeing you next week.